for Verona Borough Council for Tuesday, December 12th, 2017. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Mr. Kenna.
Ms. Loalbo?
Here.
Mayor Kubro?
Here.
Mr. Alexander?
Here.
Mrs. Rebicki Bell?
Here.
Mr. Pitch?
Here.
Ms. Provenza?
I'm here.
Mr. Conti? Here.
Okay, there aren't any registered comments from the public, so council will now hear comments from the public on agenda-related items. Please approach the podium, state your name, address, and limit your comments to 3 minutes. Okay. Mr. Kenna.
Okay, I gave out the financial reports to everybody. Can you make a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
Motion on the floor to pay the bills by Mr. Conti, seconded by Mrs. Loalbo. Are there any questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
The tax collector and special taxes, we received in November 2017 $9,274.13 in real estate taxes for the current year, $999.60 in real estate transfer taxes, $28,313.21 in earned income taxes for the current year, $7,847.85 in local service taxes for the current year.
Okay, a motion to accept the tax collector special taxes report.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mr. Conti. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Loalbo. Are there any questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Treasurer's report.
Yeah, we began November 2017 with $581,799.17 in the general fund, received $55,168.23 in deposits, $144,585.11 in expenses, ended the month $492,382.29.
I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
I'll make a motion to accept treasurer's report.
Motion by Mr. Conti. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Loalbo. Are there any questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
The budget has been, the preliminary budget was approved last meeting. We advertised. It has been on display for 10 days, and I just need a motion to approve the budget.
I would like to make a motion to approve the budget.
Motion to approve the budget by Mr. Conti for 2018. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Loalbo. Are there any questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
That's all I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jerry, was the tax ordinance also passed, advertised?
Yes.
Okay.
It was all part of it, so we should probably make a motion.
Do you have a copy of the tax ordinance? If not, I'll do it.
I have
didn't
it
bring
in
my
my email.
Bring it up in your email.
Police Chief Ordinance Report.
Good evening. In the month of November, we received 105 complaints, 21 crimes reported, 18 cleared, and 8 arrests, 6 crime code summaries issued, 12 different code summaries issued, and 17 borough code summaries issued. There are also 96 borough parking citations. Magistrate's fines collected was $669.63. Total fines and fees collected was $555. Police reports purchased $150. Municipal fines $159.51. Total fines and fees collected was $1,534.14. And the parking permit fees is $410. The only other thing I want to bring up tonight is we had another issue of somebody going through people's cars and removing items and stuff out of the cars. Every car that was gone through, everybody said they left their car unlocked. Everybody needs to lock their cars at all times and lock their doors to their residences. Just because you're inside your house, please lock your doors and lock your cars. people are leaving laptops and book bags with all kinds of expensive items in their cars and then not even locking the door. But the locking door is going to be very helpful to not only you but to us too, because it would cut down on those kind of issues. And we did have the fire, maybe Ray was going to talk about it a little too, but the Verona Elementary School is taking donations for the families and kids and stuff that were living at the apartment with the fire happened. And they said you can contact the school or you can go by. The secretary right on the desk there. And they're looking basically for gift cards, those kinds of things, if anybody's interested.
Chief, two things. In regard to the fire there, was the news correct in saying that there were 9 children involved?
Well, if I said 9, I think there were 10.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay. And when my husband's car was broken into, the doors were locked. And the next day, even though the passenger side was cracked, like the size of this rod here, the lock was still down. So I'm not real sure how they got in, but it was weird.
Well, all the people we talked to this last time, everybody, when we asked, they all said that they left them unlocked.
Okay.
I'm just trying to push that a little bit so that everybody does lock the doors.
Okay.
It can happen, but it would cut it down on it if it worked a lot.
So there was 3 adults and 10 children in that. And if you've seen any of the pictures on Facebook, I know the fire department has a couple pictures on there. I'm not a big social media guy, but I know we have a guy that puts some pictures out there. There's no way that many people should have been in that place. And I understand through talking to the landlord that there was some hearings coming up. So it was really tight quarters, you know. But thanks to the EMS people and the police for their help and assistance over there, because they help coordinate everything. So my second thing is just a quick update on my assistant chief. He's making a pretty miraculous recovery. He was transferred to Health South. He started on therapy. He was supposed to be released home today. So he was supposed to come home today. He was at our kids' Christmas party on Saturday. Other than looking a little weak, he looks like he's going to make a good recovery. Nothing new on the engine. It's still, they're starting to process it and starting to build the rear end. The front end is in, and they're just starting to build the rear end. In regards to the door, the main door, it's done. We just got to get the bill paid and then go. The Pampina did a nice job, and actually the engine. Yeah, that was yeah. Yeah, well, the body.
To accept the fire chief's report.
Make a motion to accept.
Motion by Mr. Conti. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Loalbo. Are there any questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. EMS report.
For the month of November, had 36 responses to Verona Borough. Out of 36, 18 were ALS Street and Transport, 9 were BLS Street and Transport, 1 deceased, 4 patient refusals, and 1 cancellation. Year-to-date total for Verona from January 1 till November 30th is 342 calls. Total responses for Lower Valley for the month of November 57, and the year-to-date total volume for the service as a whole is 4,014 calls.
Thank you. I have a motion to accept the Lower Valley Ambulance Service Report.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mr. Conti. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Loalbo. Are there any questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
Can I say one thing, Sandy, on EMS?
Sure.
There was a lot of complaints, a lot of questions about Lower Valley coming into town. And I can say as the chief, every fire call we've had, I don't care if it's been 1 in the afternoon or 2 in the morning, they've always had a rig responding down there. So I just want to commend them on that and let people know that they're working out good.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Mayor.
Just a couple things real quick. I'd like to just thank Leo and Rhoda for their time served on council, even though they're not here. I'd like to acknowledge that, what a fine job they did. And the 2 newcomers, congratulations and good luck, and just remember when you're up here, think about what you say, what you do, and anytime there's voting, it could be difficult at times, but vote with your heart. I've always learned that from your brother Donnie, which Donnie Suchovich was on council. He's the one that was a mentor of mine when I first came on, along with Lenny Brennan, which then became mayor. So good luck to you next year. And also, Merry Christmas to everybody, and God bless everybody and your families, and Happy New Year if I don't see you all. Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you. Just a couple things here. Mr. McCarthy is unable to attend this evening because of a family emergency. His aunt came into Pittsburgh and was rushed to the hospital. I also would like to thank Rhoda and Leo for their job on council, but I am disappointed, Jerry. I don't know if they gave a reason why they're not here.
Rhoda said she's in New York.
Okay.
And I'm not sure about Leo.
All right, I just would wish that they would follow through with their term, and wish everybody a happy and healthy Christmas and New Year.
And I spoke to Rhoda also. She called me to make sure that a couple of things were prepared for tonight's meeting, and she's doing something with the Greek embassy up there tonight.
And that's all I have. Mr. Pitch.
I spoke with the contractor that's going to be doing the sewer lining project. We are meeting next Wednesday to go over some submittals and for him to just do a quick site visit. So that should be starting up here real soon. There'll be some minor adjustments to traffic depending on what street they're on, but for the most part they can pull to one side and still allow traffic past them at all times. So there'll be a little bit of working around them, but it should be okay. I also have a resolution. Recently we had to submit a report to Algasan on our sewer lining progress and trying to reduce flows. And all the resolution states is that we've submitted this report and we're entering into an agreement with Algasan to continue to try to reduce flows. Other than that, if anyone doesn't have any questions for me, I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Do we need a motion to pass that resolution?
Do we need a
Motion to
motion?
pass.
Let me see it. That's a different one. Yes, I'll read it in my report too. Move to me.
I'll move to you.
Okay, yeah, the resolution that Mr. Pitch just spoke on, it's a resolution of the Verona Borough hereby joining with other similarly affected municipal bodies within the Alcosan service area to help create a unified approach to source reduction efforts and adopting a source reduction study as required by the Phase 1 consent order and agreement. So all we're doing is approving something that's required under the consent order and agreement in any event. So a motion is in order.
Can I have a motion to accept the resolution for the source reduction?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mr. Conti. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mrs. Provenza. Are there any questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
Bob Steinhaus left me a couple things. He's not able to be here this evening. Left me a couple things that he wanted me to bring up and perhaps have council consider this evening. One has to do with changing the application fee to register abandoned real property, and the other is a recommendation for condemnation approval for a certain piece of property. I think with 3 council members being absent today and new council members coming on, I spoke with Sandy on this, and I think that it's more proper to wait till we have a full complement to consider those in January, especially since we have a reorganization right around the corner. And that segues right into our reorganizational meeting. As the public's aware, or may not be aware, every even number year, which follows the municipal election. Municipal elections are when local municipal officials are elected. That happens in an odd year. So in the even number year, immediately there following, there's a reorganizational meeting required by the borough code. So we need to, and it's usually always on the first Monday in January. Well, the first Monday in January this year is New Year's Day. So under the borough code, it's the next day following. So it's going to be on January 2nd. So we need to pick a time for the reorganizational meeting, and I would suggest 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock?
We had already discussed 6 o'clock because the judge is coming at 6.
I can't be here at 6, but that's fine.
You work. He has prior commitment. I mean, I could talk to him and see what he says, but
Can he come and swear you in, and then you can swear the others in at 7?
Well, let's get a talk with Judge Klein, and just let's make a motion to schedule the reorganization meeting consistent with the availability of Judge Klein.
Okay, can I have a motion to set the reorganization meeting for January 2nd with the time to be determined by Judge Klein's availability?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mr. Conti, second by Mrs. Provenza. Are there any questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
Thank you. That goes hand in hand with the passing of the budget. There's also a tax ordinance that needs to be adopted, basically setting the millage for the collection of taxes. And I think Jerry has a copy of the ordinance that's been advertised and needs to be considered by council. Just a heading.
An ordinance of the Borough of Verona, Allegheny County, Pennsylvania, enacting, fixing, and levying the real estate tax rate within the Borough of Verona for the year 2018 at a rate of 7.8 mils.
Is that, did you say it's an increase?
No,
It's the same.
It's staying the same. Okay. Can I have a motion to accept the tax ordinance for 2018
I'll make that
at
motion.
7.8 mils?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Conti, second by Mrs. Provenza. Are there any questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
And finally, one of the things that Rhoda had spoken to me about to make sure that was considered, every year, Alcosan has been raising their rates pretty substantially. And while we have not increased our rates to the consumer, we have been required to pass Alcosan's rate on to the consumer. And this year, it's been as high as 13% in previous years. This year, it's only 7.5%. I say only, that's still a pretty nice increase, but that's what Alcosan is increasing their rates to, and I prepared the resolution that we prepared in the past few years, passing that on to the consumer. It's a resolution of the Borough of Verona, Allegheny County, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, amending and setting sewage collection fees within the Borough of Verona for the year 2018. And all it does is pass that 7.5% increase by Alcosan on, and does not change the rates for Verona at all. That needs to be approved if possible.
Okay, can I have a motion to accept the resolution for the increase of 7.5% for sewage collection for Alcosan?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mr. Conti. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Loalbo. Are there any questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to wish everybody happy Hanukkah. Today's the first day of Hanukkah. Very, very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and see you at the turn. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Conti.
The road guys switched over to all the salt equipment. They are going to keep picking up leaves, but the snow is priority right now. I can't guarantee how quick they'll get the leaves, but they are still going to be doing the leaves. That's pretty much all I got. Bob Steinhaus notified me also about the shed at 520 Center Avenue. It's okay to have it taken down. I talked to AJ, it'll be down by the end of the week. Any contents that are in it, I was told, hopefully this is right, whatever's in it goes, as well as the shed. So that should be gone by the end of the week. And I told him if all that stuff, I don't know what's in it. I don't know if there's a lot of stuff or nothing, but if it's a lot of stuff, you might have to get a dumpster to put it in. Other than that, he's going to try to get it in the dumpster we have down here at the salt pop.
Okay.
And other than that, wish everybody Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you.
That's all.
Mrs. Provenza.
I have a code enforcement and zoning report, and this report is for November and December 2017. We had 20 occupancy inspections for November, December. 8 permits were approved, and 12 permits were pending approval. We had 6 occupancy inspections, and 6 of them remain pending at this time. 8 temporary occupancy permits remain open pending inspection, and the total occupancy permits to date is 34. Citations for December, we had 535 East Railroad Avenue was violation, 330 Arch Street occupancy violation code, and 314 to 324 Arch Street, a retaining wall, a PMC violation, and 314, 324 Arch Street downspouts, also a PMC violation. And we have a tally here of lien letter, the tally total 240.
Thank you.
And that's a total. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I also wish each and every one of you a very blessed and a very Merry Christmas and wonderful health and happiness in the new year. And welcome to you, Ray. I hope you'll enjoy your roll up here with us. And I certainly want to thank Rhoda and Leo. They did a wonderful job. I appreciate them, and I thank them very much. I'll miss them.
Don't forget Dr. Carpenter if you're going to welcome Ray.
Nancy, I didn't see you come in. My apologies.
The hat threw you
Nancy
off.
also. Welcome aboard, Nancy. To you and to Ray. My apology. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mrs. Loalbo.
I was going to bring forth about members for the new nominations for the rec board, but we need a little bit further discussion with the rec board. There was the meeting in December was canceled. I'm not sure we have a set date yet for January. We don't. So normally it would be the second Tuesday, or the first Tuesday of the month, but that's the reorganization meeting. We have to reschedule a different meeting. Different board members would like to go over some of the applicants, and then we'll go forward. So hopefully, next meeting, next month, we'll have new board members. Other than that, that's all I have. Also, I'd like to thank Leo and Rhoda for their years of service here with the board on council, and welcome Nancy and Ray. And to wish everybody also a happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, council will now hear comments from the public on public-related items at this time. Please approach the podium, state your name and address, and limit your comments to 3 minutes.
And while we're doing that, can I jump back in for 1 second, please?
Sure.
The reorganizational meeting for January, I just want to make sure that that's strictly a reorganizational meeting and not the regular meeting also. We'll continue to have a regular meeting on the second Tuesday of the month, is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
So that would be the 9th?
Okay. That takes care of that.
Sandy, also, if I can interrupt too, are we going to have a workshop meeting at the end of the month?
No.
At the end of December?
Yes.
No, I think we
The day
voted.
after Christmas? No.
We voted on that.
Did we vote?
I think we did, yeah.
And with regard to Rhoda and Leo, David did ask me to prepare something for them, and I'll have that at the reorganizational meeting for David to award for their service over the last 8 and 4 years.
Thank you.
Public comment now?
Yes.
So I did want to thank the council for 2 points.
First of all, not to interrupt you, but can you just please state your name and your address?
My name is Daniel Jacko. I live on 437 North Avenue. And first, I would like to say that the feeding trough is gone, and I appreciate that very much. That's, in the public grounds right behind my house, and so I am very glad to see that finally out of the way. And also, the 9:45 alarm has stopped, and my dog and my baby, thank you very much.
That's the fire chief right there.
I appreciate that very much. And then the other reason I'm here is I was coming down for the property next to mine was the one that we were purchasing, and we were, is that the condemnation notice that you were saying that you're pushing off?
What's the address?
It would be 435, I think.
North?
It's North Avenue.
That's not it.
It's not that? Because that was supposed to be today, the notice of, we're combining the plot of land over to...
You mean did you get it through the vacant?
Yeah. The vacant property through the county. Bob signed off on it. That was supposed to...
So we just need to do a resolution accepting it?
Yes.
Okay. We'll do that. I mean...
Is that going to happen tonight? Because each month that goes by, we end up paying $600 more. So if it could not, we have an arrangement with the person we're purchasing it from, because this is drawn up.
Aren't you purchasing it from Allegheny County?
No, we're purchasing it from the person who is renting it out. It was a rental property that is...
So is it a simple subdivision? A lot line revision?
So the person had 4 buildings that was on one plot of land, and we're only purchasing one of the 4 buildings, and so we needed to subdivide off that from the other plot of land.
So that's not what I was thinking.
Is there a subdivision plan?
Matt,
Yeah,
give it to Sandy
that was...
and take
I apologize. I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
And
Yeah, we've been,
one
I mean, we were here last month. This month was supposed to be the You're supposed to put it up for public comment, just to make the public aware that this was happening.
So this was supposed to be a public hearing on this
Yes.
proposed subdivision?
Yes.
Okay. Consider it done.
Yeah? Okay.
We'll do our best to
Yes.
to get it approved next, not at the reorganizational meeting, but the regular meeting on the second Tuesday in the month.
Okay.
Before you leave, maybe leave your name and phone number with the borough manager. This way, if there's any questions that the attorney has, he can contact you.
Okay.
Anybody else? Dory Tompo, 157 James Street. I wanted to pass out some reading material for you for hopefully discussion in the next meeting. I know it's the holiday month. I don't want to take up a ton of time. I only have 3 minutes, but this may help you to better understand what we have been facing at 157 James Street. I have 2 extra copies, one for Ray, for next month. Oh, yeah. And we have, the situation is a building that exists on the right-of-way at the end of James Street has been used by the owners of that property for at least 50 years documented and up to 100 years prior. I mean, well, in total. I have a map of 1914 on the cover that identifies the parcel with a garage structure. So our request, my husband and me, are that we respectfully request the borough to vacate the portion of right-of-way identified for the following reasons. The garage has been in its location in one form or another for up to 103 years, or at least 50 years, and used by the owner of 157 James Street. The Tompas received approval from zoning and council, both in '97, before we purchased the building, to enlarge the docks and garage by way of building permit. We have paid taxes and insurance on this property. It would resolve the issue of having a structure in the right-of-way. And over the years, there have been numerous vacations in the right-of-ways, 442 Union, 717 Riverview, and also Penn Street vacation for D-Moore Towers development. And I know there are others, I just haven't dug in deeply enough. I don't want to take your time to go through this whole document. If you're bored, it has a lot of information, and I appreciate you taking the time to look at it.
Dory, I will say
Yeah.
that I spoke with your counsel, David Montgomery, and we spoke about a lot of these issues, and I assured Dave, he's a friend of mine, that we would give this serious consideration and figure out the best solution
I appreciate it.
in the new year.
I appreciate it. Just like there's ongoing concerns when you have something. This was actually brought to my attention by my insurance agent. Why are you insuring a building not on your property? So there's a lot of content here. Thank you for taking a look at it. I don't want to take your time on the holiday. I know you have lots to do to get ready for the holiday. But I did want to also thank Rhoda and Leo for their service. They've done a great job. I'm sad that they're not here. Bye. Thank you for your service. And also to welcome Nancy. After serving 6 years on school board, I feel my Mondays are free. Now I get to get involved maybe a little more here. So thank you again, and Merry Christmas, everyone.
You too.
I'll be back. Can I be on the agenda for next month?
Well,
In the workshop?
the better time for something like this would be the workshop.
Yeah, the workshop.
Which is you don't
At
have
the
to
end
get
of
on
the
the agenda, just show up on the fourth Monday of
Okay.
not the fourth Monday, the last Monday.
Tuesday.
Well, she's talking about Monday. She's got me all screwed up.
Oh, no.
The last Tuesday of the month is, sometimes it's the 5th.
Okay.
Tuesday.
So that's great. We'll hold out. We'll let all that reorganization stuff happen. Thank you. Have fun.
Thank you.
Next month.
Hi, good evening. Dave Matlin, 722 Bruneau Street. I had 2 quick questions. One was the tax ordinance and the budget, I believe. There was talk of it being posted, or it had been posted. Where is that posted?
At the borough office.
It's right outside at the window.
How long is it posted for?
10 days.
10
10 days. So I guess is there any other way to know that it's been posted? Because I don't remember hearing about it at the last meeting.
You can go and meet with the manager, but it's
Okay.
there have been you're required to advertise it.
Yeah.
It's required by the borough code that it's on public inspection for 10 days.
Okay. I just was curious how to find out about that sort of thing, because without just having to walk down here regularly.
It's in the Post-Gazette.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that's the only newspaper of general circulation anymore, is the Post-Gazette. The Trib doesn't circulate in town anymore.
So would there be any chance of getting those things like that on the website, or is that?
We're working on that. We're
Okay.
hoping to get all that. You're required to advertise it in a newspaper of general circulation. We're still archaic in Pennsylvania on a lot of things, but we're working on opening it up to other mediums because folks like yourself don't read the newspaper.
Well, I mean, I read it online.
They read
but,
online,
yeah.
they look at the website, they do things like that. So we want to open it up to whatever the masses are looking at these days. But unfortunately, pursuant to the borough code, which is what we're governed by, we have to do it by newspaper. But yeah, we're making every effort to do that, to get everything actually online. We can.
Okay. Yeah, I would really interested in hearing about those things and just keeping up to date. So, my other question was the January reorganizational meeting. Is that open to the public?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Well, we haven't figured out what time because we don't know what time Judge Klein is available to swear everybody in. It's either going to be at 6 or at 7. And it's probably going to be at 6 because David's already coordinated with Judge Klein to be here, and that's what his schedule seems to be conducive to. So more likely or not, you're going to see it at 6, but it could be at 7. Okay, and again, that's something that will be advertised, but we'll make sure that there's a posting on the window out front, and we'll try to get something to, I don't know if it's Dawn or Leo or who's still running the website right now, but we'll try to get something on the website as well. And we'll get something in the Verona newsletter if they issue a newsletter for January, or for December.
Okay. Well, the newsletter, I believe, comes out once a quarter.
Yeah, maybe, so it won't be in there.
Okay, so that's kind of hard to
Yeah.
get updates.
If you call the manager,
Okay.
he'll be able to let you know whether it's 6 or 7, but it's on January 2nd,
Okay.
and it's most likely going to be at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
I'll tell you that right now.
And I missed your name, I'm sorry.
Dave Matlin.
Thank you.
Matlin.
Oh, I spelled it wrong. Thank you.
I was texted from my wife. She said that, actually, the advertising was 2 weeks ago, and tonight was supposed to be the final approval from council, as per Terry and Bob.
Okay, look, all I can say is I don't know who Terry is. Bob's not here.
And we paid the lien letter fee already, and it was supposed to happen during the workshop this month, but when the workshop this month got canceled, the approval got moved to tonight.
Okay.
And I have an email chain that says all that coming through.
I don't know anything about it, and I don't know who Terry is, but Bob's not here, so all we can do, and I don't even know what it is we're approving, and I don't, Jerry, do you?
I'm looking through my emails to see what Bob sent me.
I didn't read any of that in my emails.
I mean, he left me 2 things to bring up, neither of which that is.
I have them.
One has to do with a condemnation on a certain property, and one has to do registering abandoned real property.
Here, that one. And this one.
Yeah, I got it both. Those aren't anything on north.
So we have to get a hold of Bob and find out what's going on with that. And get it moving as fast as possible.
Well, unfortunately, what I think I'm hearing him say is that if it goes into January, he may have to pay another $600.
Yes. Yeah. Here's the quoted text. Last night I was informed that the 26th meeting has been canceled due to the Christmas holiday. The advertisement will be approved for public or approved for placing the ad at the workshop meeting tonight, and this is for email from last month. Once approved, the legal ad will run for 2 weeks and should be ready to be presented the next council meeting, public meeting, on the 12th of December. I apologize. This type of advertising requires council approval prior to placing the advertisement. Bob Steinhaus, Borough of Verona Code and Zoning Enforcement.
Bob emailed me on November 28th.
Yeah, this was November 28th.
Was I copied on that?
No.
Was I?
He emailed the Valley News Dispatch to see the cost of that advertisement, that the meeting will be Tuesday, December 12th at 7. To hear the request of planner proposal subdivision made for Ellen I don't know how to pronounce the name. 433 North Avenue for Daniel and Laura Jacko of 437. But I don't know. She replied to him about the price, and he said that he'd get back to her, and I don't have anything emails after that, so I don't know that he got back to her on it.
Is it feasible that Mr. Jacko, you probably work, but we're meeting with Mr. Steinhaus tomorrow at 1.
Yeah.
I don't know what your schedule is. If you'd be available to come down at 1 tomorrow so that we could discuss this.
I mean, technically, we still have a workshop meeting scheduled and advertised for the last Monday of the month. Tuesday. Let me try to get that in my mind. The last Tuesday of the month. So if it's been advertised properly,
yes.
I mean, if we can get 4 people that are willing to come in here the day after Christmas, we could accomplish that for Mr. Jacko. It'd save him $600.
I have no problems coming in. If he advertised it, I would come in to do that.
If he didn't advertise it, is it too late to do it for that day? It's not.
I don't think it is.
Okay.
If you're saying if Bob didn't advertise?
Yeah, he emailed it to the legal department, but he said that he was going to get back to her whether or not to do it.
So why don't you come on down at 1 o'clock tomorrow and we'll figure it all out.
Okay. Either I or my wife, one or the other of us, will be here.
That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll be in Harrisburg, so I won't be here.
Hopefully he advertised it.
Well, we'll figure it out tomorrow, and I'm hearing people say we'll get 4 people here to get it approved for you on the last Tuesday of the month at 7 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi, Nancy Carpenter, 222 Arch Street. I also wanted to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and Happy Hanukkah to everybody in the audience and on the council, and thank Leo and Rhoda for all of their work and their contributions to the community. I did want to add a suggestion. I guess, Jerry, do you call Curtis for him to put a text on sometimes? Mm-hmm. Maybe we could, when you know what time, I mean, at least for the people who get the text, to text to them the
people that want to know
time.
are going to get it.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a great idea.
I know Dave is on that text thing, so then it would let us know what time. Then we can work more next year about a website and all that good stuff. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
You know, I just wanted to add one thing about Curtis and that system that we're on. He was contacted by some representatives of Seven Springs, or the League of Municipalities, I believe it was. And he may be there to present his, how they have the exposition room. Mm-hmm. So they're considering going, so that is becoming very popular, and Verona's kind of like a pilot program for that. Just a little trivia.
Okay, can I have a motion for adjournment?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion made by Mr. Conti. Do I have a second? Second by So, Janet, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passed.
What's that, rock paper?
Okay, do I have to sign these babies?
Jerry, I found that email for the subdivision, but I don't know if Bob advertised.
Can you send it to me?
Yep.
Okay, do I sign here?
Yeah.
Who has?
Jerry.
Okay.
That's a...
Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah, it looks like a highlight.
She still does. She's tired.
No problem.
She
Good days and bad days.
overdid it.